G'day everyone, Dylan from the Beta Network here. Have you ever thought to yourself, man, I wish we had a Total War game with gods, demons, and every evil thing under the sun? Well, if you have, then you're in luck. So why don't you recruit your lords as we help you answer the question, should you play Total War Warhammer 3? Before we begin, if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell, because we publish more reviews like this every single week. The story for Total War Warhammer 3 is actually quite good, if at times a little vague. Playing the prologue first is kinda necessary to get a good understanding of what has happened. Even though it can take a while to work through the prologue, it sets up the events of the main game perfectly. Well, except for the seer. Not quite sure where he came from. You start the game as Yuri, a Kislevite warrior looking for his god Ursun. In the prologue, you follow his quest to discover what happened to Ursun. In the main game, however, you choose to play as one of 8 factions as the story picks up after Yuri's quest has concluded. Each faction gives you a slightly different story. The ultimate goal always remains the same. However, the way each faction achieves that goal differs. This is just expertly done. Each faction has their own traditions, tactics, and intricate systems, and you have to play the game according to the faction you choose. Now, even though the story is very intriguing in the prologue, it kinda takes more of a back seat in the main game. Honestly, it's not a bad thing. You still get bits and pieces here and there directing you where to go and who to conquer. But once you're in the main game, you're 100% sure of what you need to do. Well, 90% sure. When it comes to gameplay, Warhammer 3 is mostly great. To start off with, maneuvering around the map and systematically taking out your enemies reminds me of one of my favourite games, Crusader Kings 3. The only thing with Warhammer 3 is it has a much better looking map and a less intricate diplomacy system. The ability to make several armies so you can chase down an enemy and corner them is just so satisfying. The added benefit of Total War Warhammer is that you can go into the battle and personally control your units. This has its good and not so good points. The good thing is that being tactical actually helps with defeating your enemy. Things like hiding cavalry in the trees to the last moment or claiming the high ground are very useful. The problem is that once the fighting starts, it can very quickly turn into a brawl and become stagnant. There is, however, a couple of game mechanics to help with this, like speeding up time or making groups of several units to help with deploying your troops. However, you will still find that 95% of the time, it just turns into an all-out brawl. The best thing is you can play to how you want. Whether you wish to actually fight the battles or worry more about placing your armies in strategic positions, it's all up to you. The only downfall with Total War Warhammer 3 is the loading screens. Going into a new campaign, battle, or traveling to the realm of chaos, it all takes a very long time to load. Meaning even with some great gameplay, lore, and story, the game can become a little frustrating. Now comes the art design of Total War Warhammer 3. And honestly, I love it. The clips aren't your high budget cinematic clips, and they work perfectly. The art design in them is awesome and ties in so well with the look of the main game. Each clip you get when you start a campaign with a new faction is just so enjoyable to watch. Not to mention how awesome the map looks with the different locations and their different environments. However, my favourite part of the whole game is how you can customise the different characters. And even though with most of the characters in the game you can't see the customisation, there is one character where you can, and he is epic. So, should you play Total War Warhammer 3? Well, If you enjoy top-down, real-time strategy games, then this is a must-play. The story is intriguing and stock full of lore. The gameplay is reminiscent of other great real-time strategy titles, with its own flair. And the art design looks incredible. Honestly, there is so much more to the game than what I have covered here with its intricate systems and gameplay. Even though the loading times can make the game frustrating, once you're actually playing, it's a lot of fun. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with our review? What is your opinion on Total War Warhammer 3? And if you haven't already, head over to our website, thebetanetwork.net, for more gaming news and reviews.